Much like the third door, I went with a relatively funky setup here. You can tell because Beowulf is part of it. But, unlike the third door, this fight becomes something awesome. Welcome, everyone. I am once again the Voice of Saint Quartz, and I am going to play-by-play this as closely as possible. Because everything that happens is actually incredibly crucial to what happens much later by the third round of this battle, so here we go! Alright, so immediately I'm gonna go for this quick chain here. I see the quick chain, I want it. And the order I do it in is first by critical star count, and then damage. So Medusa's going to do the most damage, hopefully. That's what I'm thinking, hopefully. But I want as many critical stars as possible. And, of course, they don't kill it because it's quick. They don't kill the first wyvern, but that's fine. I kind of expected that. It actually, if anything, I use that to gauge how much damage my party is doing overall. So now we make an arts chain, and we test this. Especially since we have a ton of critical stars, and I want Medusa's NP. So, those two wyverns are now taken care of. They're really starting to bully Jack, which is... Just take note of that. That's very pivotal to what happens later. But yes, everybody's starting to bully Jack now. And that's not a good sign. I'm not liking that very much. I tried to kind of nullify it much earlier by using Surgery E very early, so I can get the cooldown going. But, yeah, I don't like that she's at 7,000 HP, so I'm doing a mix of cards here and there, and you might be actually wondering why I chose Medusa in the first place. I like her NP. I like that it gives crit star gain. Not crit stars, crit star gain to the whole party for a couple turns, so very important. Also, I immediately see a Brave Chain with Jack, and I think at first to use the Buster card in the beginning, but I'm like, no, I want her NP. I want Jack's NP. I want all of their NPs. I want to make that very clear. I want all of their NPs. And again, bullying Jack. But, surprise, surprise, Dantes almost gets wiped out in one hit. I'm like, whoa. I step back and I'm like, I have to stun this guy. I have to keep him from moving for as long as possible. I don't panic yet, but I do get really cautious, and I start thinking. I'm like, dang, this guy's strong. This wyvern origin is no joke. But yeah, I want everybody's NPs. So I'm not trying to fool around here. Unfortunately, I'm grabbed by the balls for a second, and it's like, oh yes, you can't have Dante's NP yet. Not like you needed it, but you can't have it yet. Good thing is, he has a passive that lets him have, what is it, 3% every turn? So I realize this, and I'm like, alright. Let's cool our jets here. Should I use this stun? Should I use a second stun on this guy? Because I see Jack, and I see Dantes, and I see their HPs, and I'm like, yes, let's go for it. I need that one extra turn to be able to use Surgery E again. Because now I have to go into protection mode. I have to protect the family. And at the same time, I still need my NPs. So I decide, alright, Medusa's going to use some... She's going to do some damage. She's going to do some damage. I'm sorry, I'm a little tired at I'm actually physically tired at the time of this commentary. So excuse my tone if I seem a little down. It's like, no, I'm just a little tired. But anyway, I'm thinking, the wheels are turning. Should I just summon Mash now? Should I jump the gun and summon Mash with her Grand New Year CE? I'm like, no, just use Surgery E. It'll be okay. We could take a couple more hits. And I'm still thinking, though. I'm still pondering. I'm still teasing the idea. No. We go for it. I'm like, no. We gotta jump into this. We gotta kill this guy. Because I can't stop his NP from charging forever. Oh, that was so close. I probably would not have killed Jack. Because she does resist it. But very close nonetheless. And I'm teeter-tottering here. I'm like, oh, this still ain't good. Because if it starts bullying Jack again... bad news, man. This is bad news. But I decide, alright, now is time to use Murder on a Misty Night, because not only does it give me the evade, but I'm seeing 2 quick cards on Jack. I'm finally seeing cards from her. So, it's time. It's time to go for some kind of chain. And I decided, instead of doing a quick chain, you know, we could get critical stars, but why do that when I could power up Jack? Because, like I said, she finally got cards on the field. And then this guy, he sees the damage, and he's like, I know it's just a computer, but I like to think of it like this, that the Wyvern Origin starts to get a little worried, and he's like, alright, it's time to whip out my special skill, invincibility, motherfuckers. But you might have noticed a few things, actually. In the very beginning, I hope you took note, but also here, I did not use Dante's first skill, unfortunately, but I do have Decapitating Bunny on Jack. So many things are happening at once. I'm trying to keep up. I'm sorry. I know, Dantes is dead, and that is bad news, but you might be wondering, why didn't you use his first skill back there? And very key reason. Actually, a couple key reasons. I thought Jack would be able to kill the Wyvern Origin with her 100% crit on her Buster card. I thought she would be strong enough to be able to pull that off, especially with a Buster card at the beginning of the chain, and her quick card to back her up. I'm actually more surprised they managed to kill the Wyvern Origin here. With that chain, I was like, whoa, okay, I'm surprised you did enough damage, but oh, cool, okay. But also, I wanted to save it. I wanted to save it for this point in time. I wanted to save that first skill that Dantes has. I wanted to... He had his NP, so I was ready. I was like, I am gonna burst on these motherfuckers, these self-righteous douchebags here. Amakusa and Jean. I love them both. I'm just kidding around. I'm fooling. I love them both. But it's just... I'm like, I'm gonna open up a can of whoop ass and do as much damage as possible and not have to panic. But alas, that does not happen. And Dantes gets the brunt of it, and we're not sitting pretty here. Jack is on the cusp. She is bleeding out at this point. That's what I like to imagine. And I don't like to imagine it, but... So I'm like, alright, it's time. You know, we've been setting up for this. We might as well start stomping and using these NPs. Don't do a lot of damage here, even with monstrous strength at, like, level 7. But that was just the beginning. The whole point here was Maria the Ripper does decent damage. You might be wondering, why go for Jean first? That seems foolish. But no, alas, I want to get rid of her because, well, strength up versus females. Makes sense, makes sense. But of course, Amakusa, he's charge gaining fast! And it's seeming pretty dour for us, like, oh no, man, like, he's gonna open up on us instead, and everything is gonna go south fast. Everything's gonna go south fast, that's what I imagine. But lucky enough, Mystic Eyes stuns Amakusa for a turn, and that ends up being very key to the situation, because you notice we got a ton of critical stars, and right away, I don't make the second mistake. I don't make this mistake a second time, rather. I'm sorry. I'm getting really excited here, because now we're getting to the really fun part of this fight. Oh, man. I immediately go for the guts, because I know Beowulf could die at any time. So we're just going to make this count for as much as we can. And just go for the Buster Chain, and we crit and make those 38 stars, rather. I was going to say 39. 38 stars count as much as possible. And I see the arts cards, and I'm like, beautiful. Let's make him invincible. I'm glad I saved Mash's second skill for this. Did not waste it. Oh man, not only did we get some NP, but he is going to last to be able to see his own NP. And of course, I do the Buster, because I'm like, well, I'm not a fool. I want him to do as much damage as possible, and he's a Berserker. And then I see the Buster Brave Chain imminent. Right here, I actually just I start audibly just going like, oh my god, this is amazing. Like, I outright just say these things. I'm like, oh my god. I start peeing in my pants a little bit. I get a major case of the willies. I am just so excited right now. God damn. Boom! I am laughing right now. I'm like, I don't expect him to die from this, but he dies from it. Oh my, yes! Good Bye, Amakusa! I didn't have to waste my other cards on you. And on top of that, Beowulf gets to live. Jean doesn't go for him a second time. I think she's programmed not to go for him a second time, but after he dies the first time, technically speaking. But nonetheless, I'm tearing up a little. I was like, this is going great, because I am not scared of Jean's NP, of course, because it's not offensive. It's completely defensive. That's why you want to get rid of Amakusa first. Makes sense. Oh, I'm just getting so excited. I'm getting so pumped up. Oh my god. That's why I was telling you guys, this fight gets awesome! Now, watch this. I've been saving this too. I've been saving this for you, Jean. I learned from my past mistakes. Information erasure right off the bat. I do not hesitate for a moment. Information erasure. Now, granted, Jack does have a chain here. I could have just went right with that. But I was like, nah, this bitch ain't getting a heal. I want everybody in on this. And I want Jack's NP right back. And she's still stunned for now. And I decide, you know, I could easily heal Beowulf, but he'd get one-shotted. So we're going to go with somebody who's not going to get one-shotted. Somebody who will be pivotal later. And that is Jack. Heal herself. I don't care about Mash. She did her job. She used up her skills. Jack is the most vital member right now, because she is the closest to her NP. She is capable of doing the most right now, both, you know, with her NP and in the future, thanks to her skills. Beowulf, you were a hero. Beowulf, you were just amazing. Now, I was really scared. I was really spooked at a second there. I was thinking, I'm like, oh no, will Jean kill Jack? And that did not happen. That did not happen, and I get to use Murder on a Misty Night. And I'm like, I'm ready to go, man. I'm ready to go with this quick chain. And just for safety's sake, I'm like, I don't want Medusa dying. I don't want Medusa dying right off the bat. So I'm like, alright. So I use the defense boost, and then time for the quick chain. It is imminent, and now it happens. Oh man. I am so hype. I am so hype at this moment. I'm like, let's do some damage! Ho-ho! And I see the numbers on the screen, and I'm getting excited. And I'm getting so excited, man. I'm like, Jack, you deserve a million head pats after this. Goodbye, Mash. You are not my Kohai anymore. Jack is my Kohai. And she's like 12. I mean, granted, Mash was pivotal to this fight. Don't get me wrong. But, oh, guess who's coming out on top? Guess who is getting all the hugs tonight? Oh, it's Jack. Oh, it is so Jack. Now, I know, even with the crits, we're probably not going to finish her, but that's okay, because I'm getting ready for another NP. Oh, beautiful crits. Oh, yeah! And David, oh man, bless that second skill, really. Bless that. If you have not raised David, please do so immediately. Because I don't like when I do not like it when my servants die. Some people were asking me, like, well, who cares, like, if your servants die? No, I care. I care if my servants die. Now here, I don't even know why I think about that hard, but I'm like, well, you know, just for safety's sake, you know, you can never be too careful. Anyway, maybe I could have killed her with a David Brave chain, but fuck it! Booyah! This one is for posterity. This one is for my pride. Appropriately enough. Oh, Jack, you are not just an investment, you are best girl tier. Oh my god. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Beowulf. Beowulf was also heavily pivotal. Thank you, everyone who wasn't Edmond Dantes.